Hey there, this is Luke, spelled L-Y-K. I am from Germany and this is my try at doing a DotA commentary. So, English is not my first language of course, but I'll try my best to keep it quite fluent. And yeah, we'll see how it turns out. And the game I chose is from the Farm for Fame semi-finals. It's between Moscow 5, formerly known as DTS, and FEARZ DotA, formerly known as U-Boat. Now, this is game 2 in a best of 3 series. And in case you want to watch game 1, you should not listen right now because I'm gonna spoil a bit. It was Light of Heaven on the Spectre who eventually got his Radiance, and from that point on FEARZ got wiped in a couple team fights, and that was the game pretty much. So, respectively, the first ban for FEARZ DotA is gonna be the Spectre. They really don't want to go against it again. Gonna speed up a bit through the picks and bans, gonna take some time. Now, maybe I should just introduce myself a bit. I've been playing DotA since I think early 2009. Had played it on LAN before, got wiped by a Necrolite and got really angry about it and said I'd never play the game again. But eventually ended up playing it online, and yeah, started to realize what an amazing complex game it is. So, kept playing and am still great fan, of course. Now back to the game. We have the Nerubian Weaver banned by Dread. Now Nerubian Weaver, of course, really hard to kill with his Tsukuchi and max movement speed, time lapse to send him back in time, and you know, restore his HP whenever he gets like bursted down. On the other hand, we have Invoker banned for Bonsai. Now Invoker, of course, very versatile hero, has pretty much a spell for every situation. Lich banned by Red. Lich, a great solo laner, also good in the tri lane, with the ability to deny experience and gold from the enemy team or carry. Also Chain Frost, great in teamfights in the early to mid game. Now Syllabear banned by Bonsai. Yeah, Syllabear, of course, also a great solo laner, can also go into the jungle. Is pretty hard to kill soon as he has his ultimate. Also in the lane, he can really harass the enemy out of it. But as soon as his bear reaches level 5, he's pretty deadly with his entangle. If he gets it, I mean, it's luck based, but still a strong ability. And Red is gonna follow up with Ancient Apparition, his ultimate, really strong. Devastating in team fights, Cold Feet, can hate the enemy out of the lane, can be played as a solo as well as a tri laner. Now we have Clockwork picked as the first pick for Bonsai. Great initiation, of course, can solo his lane fairly easy without being close to death. Can farm quite well with his rockets against any hero. Also with his Cork, he's quite safe. However, I don't really like Clockwork that much because he's losing his effectiveness as soon as the game reaches like the mid to late game, I think. I mean, it always can go really well, but Clockwork without items who is supposed to tank, I don't know. You never know. So we have Windrunner picked by Dread, also great solo laner. Probably gonna go long lane solo with his Windrun, pretty hard to kill. Also great with the power shot, can farm easily. Bad Rider picked by Dread. Bad Rider also great solo laner, of course. Can, however, be played in the tri lane and also as a jungle hero. I mean, he's just a great ganker and can tank quite a bit if he gets some items. Now we have Bonsai picking the Crystal Maiden. Now this is gonna tell us that the Scourge team is gonna go for some new catch team. Probably into mid game or some hard carry to farm up like Medusa or something. Now Clockwork is gonna be able to spam his rockets, and I expect Scourge to pick some heroes who will also have like at least 1 or 2 nukes to take advantage and abuse that aura of Crystal Maiden. Now of course she's also a great supporter with her Crystal Nova slow and her Frostbite. And for their next pick, they are taking their time, I guess. Gonna speed up a bit again. Gonna see what hero the chosen one will be, and there goes Shadow Fiend. Now Shadow Fiend, of course, can abuse Crystal Maiden Aura with his raises. 75 mana, I think. It's really nothing, can flash farm all over the place and also farm on his lane. Now Shadow Fiend, of course, a solo lane hero, or the solo lane hero, solo mid. On the other hand, we have Dread picking the Vengeful Spirit, and yeah, Vengeful, also great supporter, has lost some of its popularity, however can swap allied heroes out of the cog of the Clockwork Goblin, as well as cancel the Requiem of Souls by the Shadow Fiend. And yeah, however, central problem they have right now is they need something to survive the early barrage from the Scourge team. If they go like nuke heavy, then they really need something that can tank a bit. Yeah, to the bans. We have Enigma banned by Bonsai. Enigma, of course, great pusher, also with his Black Hole devastating in any team fights, can turn the tides easily. And of course Black Hole goes through BKB from the Shadow Fiend, for example. And we have Razor banned by Dread. I don't know about this one. I guess it's to against that Bat Rider, I'm not sure, because Bat has to really get up close to him in order to do some damage, and if he links Bat Rider, Razor will be at like 200 damage in no time. And he should be able to survive the Firefly like no problem in the mid game, as soon as he gets some tanky items. And we have the Venomancer banned by the Scourge team. Now Venomancer was in the last game as well. His ultimate, of course, against squishy heroes can DPS them down in the team fight quite easily. Also with the Plague Wars can really be a great pusher. Also as a defender can buy some time by pulling the creep wave towards you. Yeah. Also, I mean, Venomous Gale and stuff, great supporter. Now Visage, pretty much gonna be respective banned to the Crystal Maiden, because in a trial lane Visage and Crystal Maiden are just deadly. I mean, you have 2 slows, a Frostbite and a Soul Assumption, which you can cast every 3 seconds. And yeah, that is quite a deadly combo. So Visage gonna be banned respectively to the Crystal Maiden. And yeah, again, Scourge team gonna take some time to pick. They are really thinking right now. I mean, they are 1 game behind. They need to win this one. So what's their next pick gonna be? Oh. Yeah, so we have the Tidehunter for the Scourge team. Of course, a great hero with his Ravage, quite as Enigma, I think, to turn the tides in any team fight, to counter initiate. However, Tidehunter always a problem. He needs to get level 6 before he can really be effective. Without a level 6 he just has his Gush. I mean, he can roam a bit and try to gank somewhere, but that's just 1 nuke as a slow. It's a great one, however, yeah, he's a melee hero. He won't really get up close to get more than like 2 or 3 hits on a hero. So yeah, Tidehunter really needs to get his levels. And we have Priest of the Moon picked up by Dread. Now I'm not too sure about this one either, because Priest of the Moon, I mean, she's again very squishy. She's hard to kill with her leap and her ultimate, of course. However, she needs some items to be like the carry she is supposed to be. And in any AoE teamfight like Requiem of Souls and Ravage, if she eats those 2 spells, she is gonna be so low HP. She will have to like get out and step back, heal up a bit, and then return to the teamfight, or she will just die. And the last pick for Scourge, great, the Puck, also third potential solo laner, might be in trial lane. Great AoE initiation, also to counter initiate with his silence and his ultimate. Yeah, so Scourge gonna go for the wombo combo. Now each of these heroes has like at least 1, more likely 2 nukes, and yeah, definitely a mid game lineup where they want to push in the mid game and try to end it. Because Shadow Fiend, I mean, he gets farm really fast and he can be a great carry, however. He reaches his peak at some point if going against some other real late game heroes. And we will see how Sentinel is gonna respond with their last pick, because they really need something that makes them stay in a team fight. I mean, these heroes, great heroes of course, however these three at least are really squishy, and they should really go for some early items like a mechanism or a pipe or something, just to be able to survive those first couple spells from the Scourge team to stay in the fight. And yeah, we'll see what they are gonna go with. Now Sentinel as well, taking the time, quite curious, so I'm gonna speed up a bit. Now there we have the anti-mage. Now that is one special hero. Of course the spell shield gives him 50% reduced damage from spells. It's great as a tank of course, however he has 530 HP at the beginning. That is not a lot. So yeah, I don't know, he really has to farm up a bit to get some HP, get some items, and then he will be able to take on the Scourge team. However, he's melee and he has to get to the point. So we'll see how he does this game, and yeah, here we go.